Hey everybody, welcome to your February 2022 Prosperity Tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. So this is for all signs. It is time stamped, so you can check that out in the description of the video. And if you've been watching the channel, welcome back. If you're new, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. So the way I am looking and approaching this reading is the definition of prosperity, which means to thrive and or be successful. Yes, we often use the word in relation to finances. So if that comes up in the reading, we will of course look at that as well. All right, so let's get into it. Watch for your sun, your rising, your moon, and your Venus sign. And of course, remember to always use the energies. Don't let them use you. And if you're wondering why I have a different setup right now, you can check out the video that I'll leave a link to in the description or up here in the cards. All right, Aries, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February and how you can use them to your advantage. Let's see what we have for you. Aries, no reversals with this deck. Six of Wands, baby. I love that. And the moon. Okay. Temperance, Four Cups, and the Two of Wands. Okay. So there is likely to be some sort of exciting change that manifests around that full moon in Leo, your fifth house, that could bring a very positive change to your life. With this temperance here. So at that full moon, and the Six of Wands is great. So something that's been, that you've been maybe waiting many moons for, it's possible too. You've been waiting for this offer, this opportunity to come in. You've been anxiously, or not, maybe not anxiously, but you've been gazing off into the distance like, is this ever going to happen? I'm waiting to walk through this gateway to my new life. You know, I'm holding the world in my hand, hoping to hear the news. The news is coming in, and the full moon is on the 15th. We have the 14th here. So 14th, 15th, Leo full moon in your fifth house of creativity, romance, taking a risk, being an entrepreneur. So all of those particular energies. So what I feel with this particular thing, the way to use this energy is to hold your head high. Don't lower your standards. Don't lower your expectations either. Don't get in a funk. That's the moon here, because you haven't heard anything yet. The news is coming. I mean, that's the other thing with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is like the herald of good news. You know, the king's emissary who would bring the news to the kingdom. And it's victorious news because of the laurel here. So there is something beautiful that it's on its way for you. So don't get sucked into this moon energy over here, which, you know, we can all fall susceptible to for sure. And that may be what a little bit is going on over here as well, that you've kind of given up hope if you're ever going to hear about this particular piece of news that you are waiting on. Here you are over here. You will. This is about keeping the faith. This is a big piece of news that's coming in because the Temperance card is in the middle here. Temperance, of course, this is Sagittarius. This is your ninth house of the big picture of your life. So whatever this is that is coming on in has the potential to change your life enormously. So patience is required. Don't get in a funk. Keep your head held high in positive expectations. And, you know, sometimes Aries can act a little bratty. Let's just face it. So, you know, don't be in the what took you so long mode when the news finally comes in, whatever this news represents for you. Don't shoot the messenger, in other words, about like, yeah, I was about this close to losing my patience. Was I ever going to hear anything? Please be gracious. Okay, Aries, be gracious. Be positive, stay positive. And get ready. I really feel that whatever you hear around this full moon is absolutely going to open a doorway to a beautiful new situation for you. That, yes, maybe manifesting in about 2 months around your birthday. And it's going to lead you out into the world in a whole new way than perhaps you've been showing up thus far. So, and, you know, work with them. I always say work with the metaphors as well. This is a doorway. So this doorway could be the doorway to a new opportunity, a new career, a new home, a new business, whatever it might be. I think you do know what this is already because you've been waiting to hear. So I do feel it's something you've already kind of put out, put out efforts towards, shall we say. It's just that up to this point, for whatever reason, and we know there's been astrologically retrogrades and delays and all of that, you know, you feel like you've been a little bit in the dark and going a little crazy because you haven't heard anything. But know that this is about divine timing. The divine timing is absolutely on point. Here it comes. The news is good. It's coming in. So get ready. So really, to use that energy, Aries, just stay focused in the high vibration of the Six of Wands and don't go down that depressive rabbit hole of the Moon card, and just continue to be a little bit more patient with that Temperance. The change you want is on its way. All right, Taurus, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February. Let's see what's going on for you. No reversals with this deck. All right, let's see what we have. Knight of Cups. All right. And the King of Pentacles. There's your energy. Capricorn. Something's going on. Oh, there's Uranus. And the Four of Swords. Okay. All right. So some situation that has been kind of stuck for a while. At least the last 4 months. Maybe the last 4 years. That's even possible for some of you. Or going back to last summer, actually, Virgo-ish season, perhaps. Something comes to really free you. There's some news here, the sudden news to get you out of some situation that has been untenable here with the Capricorn Devil card. So, lightning bolt, flash, fast-moving energy, epiphanies, possibly shocking news, but it's shocking news that's going to get you out of a rut. But I think it's favorable because the Knight of Cups is here. So it could be like an unexpected meeting. This could be also an unexpected meeting with an authority figure, whatever that means for you. It could be a boss, somebody who could make a decision about your money, lawyer, broker, you know, whatever it might be, somebody in government, that type of thing. So that is a possibility. But again, this was something that was either stuck and or hidden from you. Something was concealed. It's becoming revealed to you this month. Maybe around the full moon, because with the Capricorn energy here, we have Venus and Mars conjunct at that full moon in Leo, which is your 4th house. Here's the 4 of home, family, roots. So there could be some situation that dislodges about your home. There could be an unexpected visitor who shows up at your home, unexpected news about your home that comes into the home. That could be going on. It's just going to be important for you to stay strong and know that whatever is being released, whatever this Capricorn energy represents for you, and Capricorn is the big picture of your life, whatever kind of leaves the bigger picture of your life is meant to leave. I do feel like there's likely to be something going, because we can also look at this a little bit as it could be a temporary timeout, but it could also be a permanent timeout from some sort of situation to do with, you know, whatever this Capricorn represents. But it is something that's been intractable, that has been stuck, that probably has been unhealthy in some way as well. I feel like there could be the sudden release of a commitment, but it's going to lead to happier things. In any case, because of the Knight of Cups here, there could also be somebody coming to your aid who's going to be helping you deal with whatever this particular situation is over here. So what I would say is, you know, it's all about using the energies. So to thrive in this particular situation, if this resonates for you, is not to be too stuck stuck on holding on to something that the universe, because the Tower is here, is really trying to dislodge from your life. There is a good reason, Knight of Cups, that is happening, especially if this has to do with a person leaving your life, which is possible here. And somebody maybe who's been in your life for a while, you maybe even somebody you considered family. There could be something where it doesn't mean it's bad. It could just mean that they're moving across country, moving on, moving out, something like that. So use the energy and don't stay holding on to something that really is past its sell-by date. Because as you know, if you watched my video about how the Tower card, Uranus, and all of that has been affecting my 4th house of, which is Taurus, you know that the universe will keep bringing those lightning bolts, forcing you to change, to be open to change, to make decisions, to let go of things that you don't need anymore until you get the message. So I feel like there's a little of that going on. But the thing here is really this Knight of Cups. There is help. There is support. And this really can be a meeting with somebody important also that comes up with a fantastic idea to help you shift out of a situation that you don't want to be in anymore also. So whatever this may be for you, I do feel it is positive. I know the Tower, especially with the Devil card, right? It can get a little, it's a little intense, this energy. But it ultimately, I feel, is to dislodge you from really deeply entrenched and stuck energy. That's not going to help you continue to grow. So as best you can, be open to the changes and the support that's headed your way. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on for you with your prosperity energies for the month of February. No reversals with this deck. Let's see how you can use these energies to your advantage. All right, let's see what we have for you. Ariel is concentrating. All right, Gemini. 2 of Wands, okay. And the Moon card. All righty. Let's see what else we have. There's your energy, the Lovers. 7 of Swords. And the King of Wands. Okay. All right. This is very interesting. There is some sort of decision, I think, that's coming up for you. Or some sort of revelation of news that you may be delivering to somebody else. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your life. But what I am feeling more that this King of Wands is representing authentic communication. You are torn between, I think, 2 ways to deal with whatever situation is going on for you this month. It is about some sort of new destination, new path, a new doorway that you want to walk through. I do feel like something will come to a head at this full moon in Leo. That's also the energy that we have going on with the King of Wands. That's happening on February 15th. That is in your 3rd house of communication. So we have your communication energy showing up here as well. So there is likely some sort of conversation that you're going to have with somebody close to you about a new direction that you're going to be going in your life. And it's very important to you because of the Gemini here. There may be a decision that you have to make between 2 possibilities, because we have the 2 of Wands here. We have the Lovers card, of course, and that can be a choice between 2 things. And it's interesting that the 7 of Swords can be an energy of, I call it the Fibonacci card. It could be a little bit about not totally revealing your hand, telling everything, the little fib maybe going on, versus the King of Wands energy, which is very authentic, very forthright, very passionate, very bold, and very honest, very authentic energy. So I'm having this feeling here where we kind of go back and forth between, how much truth you're going to tell to somebody. I think in the end, you're gonna divulge everything more likely because this is the last energy that's here. But you may be going through a little bit of a pickle here, Gemini, about your true feelings and about revealing them to somebody, like I said, who's close to you. And you may be holding back. And I would suggest not to do that. I mean, do what you need to do. Maybe this is just that you have to come up with a strategy for yourself of how you're going to express your feelings authentically to somebody close in your life. It could just be you have to express them authentically to yourself. So there could be some energy here of getting at the root of your emotions and what you want out of this new possibility that you're trying to create in your world. Because whatever this is, this, like I said, I think it's coming to a head at that full moon. But also it's coming up pretty fast in Aries season. So I think by the time we get in about 7 weeks, which would bring us to the very beginning of Aries season, March 20th, 21st, there's likely to be some sort of new, like I said, a new door opening for you, a new course of action you're going to be embarking upon. So you want to absolutely get the clarity of, the clarity that you need before you proceed further. But I do think it has something to do with a very important conversation you need to have with somebody close to you. And you may have to come up with a certain communication strategy where you really have to discern what to reveal and maybe what to also keep close to you. Not everything may need to be revealed about your feelings, but you don't want to be, I don't think you want to fib. So you're going to have to navigate and find a way to express authentically, but also express only that which is necessary to express and let somebody know as well. So don't divulge everything, perhaps. You're going to have to, again, apply the energies to your life and figure out what's going to work for you. But this is very personal. It's a very personal month here because your energy is showing up right in the middle. So first and foremost, while yes, you may be concerned with somebody else's feelings, it's your own feelings that are going to have to take center stage here this month to navigate these energies. What's going to be right for you with this new door that you want to be opening for you? So keep that in mind, Gemini, in navigating the energies this month. All right, Cancer, let's check in with your prosperity, possibilities, and energies for the month of February. Let's see how you can work with the energies. No reversals with this deck. All right, let's see what we have for you. Cancer. All right, we have the 7 of coins, and we have the 8 of coins. All right, the Empress, beautiful. The Death card. And the 10 of Wands. Okay. Okay. What I feel here is that you're going to be nurturing some sort of new potential in your life this month. This is the best way to work with these energies. You are reaching the end of a line with a certain type of work, project, pursuit, whatever this might be over here. There is something that needs to change in terms of where you're devoting and focusing your energy. But more importantly, I'm feeling it's the way you're doing something that needs to wrap up and change. There's something here where you perhaps are not seeing yourself clearly. You're not seeing the situation clearly. You're not seeing the tasks in front of you, how you've been doing them. You maybe have been doing them by rote in some way. It's gotten repetitive. It's gotten same old. And there's something here where you've kind of reached the end of the line with that. You know that you have gotten a little bored, perhaps. You have only reached a certain level with the finances because of it. So you're switching things up. This is how to use the energies this month. It's important for you to switch up and get back to what lights you up creatively. If you want to bring in more prosperity, if you want to shift out of this 7 of coins status quo and get into the next level, 8 of coins, back and feeling inspired by what you're doing rather than same old, then it is going to be important for you to let go of outmoded ways of doing things, whatever this represents for you, and get back to what is lighting you up creatively, what's lighting up your heart space, what you really want to invest your life force energy into. So it might be helpful this month to seek the advice of somebody who does care about you, maybe not a family member, but a mentor, a caring mentor, who can give you some outside advice as to where you maybe need to let go of certain things and where and how you can kind of shake things up and switch things up for yourself creatively. You know, oftentimes we are not always the best judges of how we're doing things and our strengths, our weaknesses, you know, things like that. So it could be very profitable and helpful for you to get some insight from somebody who has your best interests at heart, you know, with the Empress card here, to help really kind of end an unproductive cycle. So that's what this is for me here. So something really has come to the end of a line. You know this, you've been feeling this maybe ever since, last summer, your birthday, like this has got to shift. You may just not have known how to do it. So you were hoping if you just kind of stayed in the same old, it would naturally shift and take care of itself. But I don't think so. I think what this is saying is that you got to take charge of this. And the way to take charge of it is through loving, nurturing care of yourself, your own creativity, what you need, what's going to inspire you to get back in the game, back to your workbench, and back feeling excited and productive again. So that's what I would say in terms of using these energies. Find that loving insight, that loving energy, and whatever is going to light you up creatively, and focus in on that. So some of you may also be wrapping up a very important project this month as well. But I would also say, don't get stuck in whatever this was over here and the way you wrapped it up, the way you did it. It is time for something new to be nurtured, a new project, a new source of income, perhaps, whatever the Eight of Coins represents for you, a new hobby, a new business, a new whatever income stream, whatever it might be. So let this wrap up, let this thing go. Yeah, I don't know just what happened with the computer there. Okay, so what this is saying to me is it's time to find a new way of doing something. Don't regurgitate, repeat, redo what's already been done. It's time for some fresh energy, fresh inspiration, and something new to whet your creative appetite. All right, Leo, let's check in with your prosperity energies and how you can use them to your advantage in the month of February. Big full moon happening in your sign, 27 degrees on February 15th. So get ready. Get ready for that. All right, let's see what we have for you. Leos, what is going on? Leo. Oh, the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Lovers. All right, so very nice energies here, Leo. Some beautiful ship is coming in. Beautiful. All right, so you have two aces, two new beginnings. And we have that with the Lovers here as well. So there could be two new offers, two new projects. Something's definitely coming out of the woodwork at this full moon here, for sure. So there could be an offer of partnership. Because remember, prosperity, yes, we often think of it with finances, but it really could also be anything that helps you thrive. So this could also be some sort of new friendship, personal relationship taking off in an exciting way, in addition to some sort of new beginning with your finances as well. So you have been, working very hard, I would say, since the end of November to get your ducks in a row and get some stuff out there. You've had some fresh starts. And I feel like this has already been going on for you. You've been really putting your solid efforts behind some new projects, new things that you want to initiate, new improvements in your life, maybe in 3 key areas. You've been steadily doing that. I think you're going to see some very nice results that come in at that full moon that are going to show you perhaps maybe the one thing also to really start pouring your focus and attention into. I mean, not everything, not every flower bears fruit type of thing. So yes, while you may have initiated 3 things, it could be, especially like in business, it could be that now one, you're going to see, yeah, this one that's happening, you're going to see at that full moon. That's the one I really need to give my loving attention to. So especially if you have some sort of business and you have multiple products or services that you've been working on the last couple of months, you may really start to see this month, this is the thing I've got to focus in on. There could also be some beautiful affirmations, at least 2 from the universe, of kudos and success headed your way with things that, in the business world, the 3 of Wands is about business efforts, and getting returns on our investments. So whatever you have been pouring your loving attention into could absolutely bear fruit for you. But I do feel like you might be getting, some of you, again, apply the energy to your life. Some of you may be getting a very loud and clear signal here that one in particular could really start taking off for you. Especially one that may have something to do with cycles, something that comes out monthly or is seasonal in some way, or if you do something with like a recurring subscription, that type of thing. That's a possibility here as well. So keep that in mind in terms of if you are starting something new this month, look at it more, instead of a one-off, look at it as something that can have repetition to it. So a service that people book every month or every 6 weeks or something, every 6 weeks, something like that. There could be some sort of beautiful communication, writing, teaching, speaking, publishing, networking, some beautiful opportunity that is presented to you in that area as well. That is possible this month, or you plant a seed in those areas for yourself. The thing to just guard against, I'm looking at this as the full moon energy, of course, is to guard against any momentary thoughts of inadequacy or a little bit of melancholy, a little bit of, oh, this is never going to work, or, something like that. Those doubts, those seeds of doubts. Do not plant this Ace of Pentacles seed with any doubt attached to it. No doubt. Do it with full passion and enthusiasm. So if there is any little seeds of doubt, it's not the type of thing of feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling it's more like, if there's anything impure, unpure, doubtful, distracting, negative, or just a little off, anything that's a little off emotionally for you with whatever this is, because this could be you planting a new seed. That's not the seed to be planting. That's not the seed to be focusing in on. So just be aware of that as well. That's another possibility in terms of using these energies. But I feel like this can be a very productive month for you, really getting some very clear signals about what can absolutely bear fruit. The key is to stay in that enthusiasm, to stay in that high vibration. And, because Gemini is your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, there could be some beautiful manifestation from the universe of a dream that you've been wanting to start planting seeds in that could start happening for you this month. Finally, I'm just feeling like this is a big green light here in the middle here with this Ace of Pentacles, where you're ready and you're working on manifesting something very, very near and dear to your heart. All right, Virgo, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February and see what is going on for you. Virgo, let's see what we have. No reversals with this deck. But we have your energy right away, Queen of Pentacles. Whoops. One got stuck on the desk. And the Sun card, beautiful. Ten of Swords. Four of Swords. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, this is beautiful. So Virgo, you're making up your mind to leave behind disappointments, to leave behind the past, to leave behind something that you really thought was going to happen, but maybe didn't or isn't supposed to. Apply the energies to your life. You may be having the dawn of a new day. So something that maybe has been not happening for at least a year. 10 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Like this could have been your career was put on hold because of, the current world situation. This could have been, something else that got put on hold, that got stuck, that got held up in some way. There could be a resurrection because of this Sun card. There could be the dawn of a new day, new seeds being planted out of something that you thought was dead and gone and finished. It was really just on a hiatus. So that is possible for some of you. And, you could be making up your mind here with this Ace of Swords. It's beautiful, right? Making up your mind for a fresh start out of the seeds of the old. Because whatever this was, I feel like this was not your fault, all right? This was not anything to do with you. It was circumstantial. It was something else going on in the world, going on around you that kept you stuck in place. That kept you on a timeout. It's for some of you, you are making up your mind to go on a travel. Like that could be happening very soon. Maybe it's not going to happen until Taurus season, but you may be making the reservation now. That type of thing. It could also be happening in Leo season this year. I know the current world situation is still a little tenuous when it comes to being able to travel, depending on your situation, but you could be, absolutely making some sort of travel reservation, because you feel like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being stuck in place. This could also be the easing up of travel restriction. We may see that this month. That is possible. And with those easing of travel restrictions, you may decide to book a getaway for yourself. There is something here about you making the decision to accentuate the positive. That's what this is right here. Not to stay in this, the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever happened, happened. All right, let it go. All right, yes, it could have been difficult. I'm not trying to minimize whatever this was for you. But, it is done. You could also have been hanging on kind of, here's this person praying. You could have been praying that this particular situation was going to change and shift, but it was done. And there could have been resistance there to really let it go. I think you're going to see that this month, that you've got to make the decision to let it go yourself. You got to be the one to take that sword and cut away the last bits of whatever this energy is hanging on here and get back out with optimism and faith in your future that you can manifest anything that you want. So there is something here about reconciling the past with the past. It's done. You got that full moon happening in your 12th house of behind the scenes, things hidden behind the scenes. So, and the full moon's in Leo. Here's the Sun card. So there really could be this great, beautiful healing energy to let something go mentally that's kind of been dogging on your subconscious, dogging on you. Because you kept maybe, we all do this. We're kind of hoping, okay, maybe the person will come back or the situation will change or, it'll rectify itself somehow and I can go back to the way things were. You're going to realize you're not going to go back to the way things were, but you're going to be okay with that. I think there's going to be a healing release. And some of it has to do with a change of scenery for you. Absolutely. I do feel it with travel for some of you. But it is also getting back to your optimistic nature, getting back to knowing what you can manifest for yourself and having the mental strength and the energy to draw that line in the sand and say, yes, I am done with this. I'm not going to continue to invest all my beautiful energy into something that really isn't going to go anywhere. And, you had more than enough writing on the wall, so to speak, to see that that wasn't going to go anywhere. So this is very positive. It's absolutely positive. You're going to be able to reframe and refocus your energies, which is fantastic. And you could be manifesting. It's very, very possible. Manifesting a beautiful success for yourself this month as well. because it's amazing. Once we turn our attention away from the things of the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and we start refocusing on hope and optimism and new things, it's amazing how quickly, and it's Ace of Swords here, how quickly something new can manifest. So there could be a new contract, a new connection, something brand new that comes in for you very quickly. I would say probably after that full moon, if you really draw that line in the sand and release that energy. So this is very, very positive. Use the energy, do what you need to do to raise your vibration, let things go, and refocus. Draw up a new plan for yourself. Maybe write a few new things down that you want to create and start focusing on those, Virgo. All right, Libras, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February and how you can use those energies to your advantage. Let's see what's going on for you. No reversals with this deck. 4 coins and the moon. All right. This moon card's been popping up quite a bit. 9 of cups. Excuse me. Page of cups. And the 5 of cups. Okay. All right. This is what I feel from this energy. There is likely to be a wish that manifests for you, probably around that full moon in Leo. And that is in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. And that is happening on the 15th of February. You have been holding on to a certain way of thinking, being, doing. You have a very fixed idea of what you want this wish to look like. So whatever this 9 of cups represents for you. However, this wish and how it manifests, it has a twist to it, has a surprise. It's a good surprise. Page of Cups is here. It's going to be different than the idea that you have been holding out for. And that is why we have a 5 of Cups, I think, over here. So you may at first be disappointed in this energy, what this is, what this news that comes in, but it's actually going to end up being a good thing for you. Sometimes, we forget when we do the manifestation to say this or something better. We forget the something better part. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have been very fixated, holding on tight to this has got to happen this way. This has to happen. I need this job. I need this salary. I need this person. I need this situation, whatever. It's going to be different and better. So, I'm all about using the energies. So check your own disappointment. If you are feeling disappointed in whatever this is that manifests for you, this is good news. 9 of Cups here. This is very nice news coming in. Look at yourself and say, why am I feeling this disappointment? Am I not allowing myself enough time to see what this beautiful situation could turn into? Or I'm just having this kind of knee-jerk reaction to the fact that this isn't looking like what I really was expecting it to look like. We have all been through this situation. This is nothing to do with you personally or to Libras. So I encourage you to have an open mind. Now, this could be having something to do with a real estate situation, a home situation. But I am just feeling it could also be a situation that's been stuck for a little while and you have been wanting it to shift and change. But like I said, you had a very fixed idea about what that was going to look like. You are likely to be getting yourself out of some sort of cycle as well. A cycle that has been a status quo with that 4 of coins. And again, the change that comes to get you out of this kind of rut I'm feeling, whether the rut is financial or the rut is emotional or both, will have a surprising twist to it, Libra. So be open to what this is. Now, I think the news is going to come probably at that full moon, but it could also come after the full moon. You may just feel kind of, depending on your situation with this timing, you could feel exasperated and getting kind of frustrated with this energy here, you may be really feeling the intractability of your situation, the stuckedness of it at that full moon. And it could be at the start of Pisces season is when you get the news. So the full moon's on the 15th, 14th, 15th. The Pisces season starts the 18th. So, it could come a few days after that, then you get the news. And again, you could be feeling that letdown of, but that's not what I wanted. That's not the thing. But give it time. Give it a full lunar cycle. Give it a full month at least from whenever you get this news before you make these snap judgments and say, that was no good. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. All right, Scorpio, let's check in with your prosperity possibilities for the month of February. See what's going on for you. No reversals with this deck. All right, Scorpio. 2 of coins and the Capricorn, devil card. 3 of coins, the Tower, and the Empress. Okay. All right, so you're going to have probably some sort of mind-blowing new idea. Notice we go from the 2 of coins to the 3 of coins. 3 of coins for me is an architecture card. It is a planning card. It is structure. It is coming up with a plan. It is also a very creative energy. It's writing, any sort of things you do with your hands, crafting, it's your craft, whatever your craft is. But here's the thing I find interesting. We have this Tower over here. We have 2 number 3s. This energy is definitely, I think, going to also go into March for you, Scorpio. You could have been just kind of hanging in there, kind of weighing up 2 possibilities, 2 directions to go in, 2 things to pursue. But I also feel that you may have been stuck a little bit in not seeing the full picture, not seeing the full potential of your talents, your finances, your resources, your capabilities. I feel like I don't want to say you've been playing small. You haven't been playing small, but I feel like you've perhaps been kind of very focused like this, whereas I feel like the energy is you're going to start getting into that expansive, mind-blowing energy of greater things that you can do. That's what I feel like. This is like ho-hum, same old, just the same stuff I've been doing, same stuff, different day type thing with the devil card here. It's kind of what the devil you already know. And this is, the 2 of coins. It's just kind of, the guy's just standing there. It's status quo. We're not going anywhere with the 2 of coins. We're there just juggling the same junk we've been juggling. So I encourage you to use this energy. This is what it's all about. Use this energy to, and I think that Uranus is direct now. So, and something may be percolating at that full moon in Leo, which is on the 15th and is your 10th house of career. So you could really come up against this energy around that full moon where you're like kind of saying to yourself, what am I doing? Like, why am I putting myself in this very limited situation? I've got to think bigger about my life. So there could be some sort around that full moon, just some sort of mind-blowing revelation of, this is the plan. This is what I need to do for myself. These are the new colleagues I've got to connect with. This is the new network I got to get involved with. If I want my situation to change, I got to bust out of this limited world that I have been in, that's been keeping me stuck and keeping my options limited. And I got to come up with something bigger and better for myself, a bigger idea, a bigger group of people to network with, a new group of people. So I think once you kind of see that and make that shift out of that energy, you're going to get that idea very quickly. And there could be somebody new coming into your life who could be a mentor, who could be very helpful with that. There could be a very lovely, nurturing energy. This could also be your energy, though, nurturing some sort of very electrifying new creative projects and new creative connections that can help you prosper and grow to the next level of your career and your finances. So this is very, very interesting energy. It is about really getting yourself out of a rut and getting yourself out of accepting less than whatever your situation has been up to this point, you can absolutely ascend to the next level. I mean, the Empress, she has everything that she needs. Everything. She has love. She has money. She has creativity. She has a family. She has prosperity. She has everything. So, you know, there is something here where coming up with, like, it's not just career. It really is prosperity on all levels for you. And coming up with a new vision, a new plan, things that are going to take you out of a comfort zone a little bit with the Tower here, and bust through some limitations, some walls, some limited thinking, all of that type of stuff, and get you over here. So use the energy this month to come up with a new plan for yourself and push yourself out of a comfort zone and be alert to some new and mind-blowing ideas, maybe some new people coming in who can help you with that and help lead you in a new and inspiring direction. And let's see where this energy takes you this month. But I encourage you to think outside the box and get out of this or that. You know, these two options or these two things that you've been kind of dealing with thus far, that's not it. There's something where you're going to be out of a comfort zone. That's going to be the thing that's going to help you grow in all areas of your life. All right, Sagittarius, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February and see how you can use those energies to your advantage. All right, let's see what we have here for you. Saggies, Knight of Swords, and the Star. Ooh, lovely. King of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Okay. So you are likely facing some sort of important decision, likely by the end of Aquarius season. So by February 18th, you're going to probably end up making a decision in the affirmative to move on. Maybe you are releasing something that, you know, you don't want to do anymore. That's possible. And you're moving towards something that gives you a lot more joy and personal freedom with these energies that are here. I feel like you're making a decision to put what's best for you, what brings you healing energy, what brings you peace of mind energy. You're putting that at the forefront of making this decision. It's not necessarily about money. It is about your own peace of mind. And like I said, you being able to bring more freedom of movement, more say so to kind of your everyday life as well. That you feel more expansive, joyful, creative, that you're connecting with people in a fun way. So you're really wanting to bring more fun, more joy, more freedom into your life. That is, I think, what you're basing your decision on. There is likely to be a situation to respond to with the Knight of Swords here. So information coming in, a contract maybe you have to respond to, an offer, whatever it might be. You could also be cooking up some new ideas of how you want to, you want to begin something where you can involve more people in your daily world in some way. Like I said, this could be you making up your mind to start teaching a class. Like this could even be something like on the side that you do. You don't necessarily have to quit your day job, but there could be some like instruction going on here. You coming up with something like that. Now for me, the Star card, everybody has their own little spin on tarot. My spin on this to me is like, this is a North Node of Destiny. This is the North Star of Destiny. This is following your North Star of Destiny, the next new right path for your soul, which it doesn't oftentimes involve a little healing first before we're ready to pursue it. So there is something here about you also this month getting vulnerable with yourself, being honest with yourself and what you need in order to feel more prosperous. And like I said, I feel like it's not necessarily about money, but about perhaps more autonomy and creative connections in your world. So there may be something that if you, kind of have a little moment with yourself, figuring that out, you may be surprised at what might come up for you. But there also could be some sort of, offer that comes in, some sort of important communication that could be the first start, because it's the page over here, the first start of this new path, this new destiny unfolding for you. And, I think you're going to make the decision that this is the right thing for you to do. If it feels right, but also logically you like it. You like the way that this is going to fit into your world as well, whatever this new thing is that you're going to be doing. And also because, like I said, it's going to bring you more creative connection and creative energy to your life. So there is something here where I feel like whatever this is, it's just at its beginning stage because of this over here. But you feel very calm, very cool, very collected about it. I feel like this decision feels good for you. So the key here with this energy is really to look at this for yourself. And we are in Aquarius season. And this is your third house of communication. So have that have that conversation with yourself. And also third house is about our daily life and our habits and our routines, our world on the daily. So look at how you want that to look for yourself. What are the kind of conversations you want to have? What are the activities you want to have in your daily life? What kind of way do you want to make your schedule? All of that, and make decisions based on, that kind of new destiny unfolding for you in those areas. Capricorn, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February and how you can use those energies to your advantage. All right, let's see what we have for you, Capricorn, in no reversals. 6 of Wands, very nice. And the 3 of Coins, love it. Ace of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the Magician. Wow, this is very, very good, Capricorn. Okay, so we have news coming in for you. All right, with this 6 of Wands, this is good news. This could be news about a creative project, news about some sort of new association, a new plan that you've been hatching, that you've been cooking up for yourself. You're getting the offer. You're getting the affirmation from the universe that there's something brand new on the horizon here for you. Yes, this is possibly a job, but it could also be a creative project. It's time to open your heart and say yes. That's what I really feel from these energies. It's time to move on from the old. Notice we have 2 6s here. So this goes back for at least 6 months. This goes back to the middle of last year, where you could have been feeling very stuck, very frustrated, in a holding pattern. But you are absolutely moving on in victory here with these energies, because you manifested it. You did this. Notice 2 number 1s as well. So we have energy of success, victory, moving on, new beginnings, and new beginnings that could bring you some new people in your life as well. With this 3 of Coins here, people that you're going to get on with a lot better than maybe you've been getting on with other people before. So if you've been through some sort of toxic workplace situation, and this Ace of Cups represents some sort of new job for you, there could be colleagues, you're going to, have an improvement, or there could be some other type of improvement, with your workplace, workspace, work colleagues, that type of thing. Like maybe finally you get the news that the colleague who's super annoying is finally leaving. It could be something like that. But I feel like this is much more about you and your efforts, because of the 2 number 1s here, in your efforts to come up with a new plan for your life and take new and inspired action to set yourself free from some situations that just, didn't pan out or weren't right for you anymore. So it is possible that we have 2 good pieces of news here this month, because we have the double 6s and the double 1s. So it is possible that we have news on a personal level for you with the Ace of Cups here. So some sort of really heartfelt gesture, possibly meeting somebody new, whether a friend or, a person who really gets what you're trying to do for your life, whether business or personal. This could also be some sort of good news about that you're manifesting about your talents, skills, and capabilities. So manifesting success in your business, success in your career, success with maybe a writing project, whatever your craft is, these two cards, whatever your craft is. So there's energy here of movement, of offers, of freedom, of feeling inspired again about your ability to manifest the new in your life after a period, like I said, where things may have been held up, especially for the fact that Venus was retrograde. Sorry, there's something flying overhead. Venus was retrograde in your sign. So you could have felt that there maybe your efforts were not, especially financial efforts, were not gaining enough traction. And now finally, Venus is direct in your sign. We have Mars. Mars and Venus are going to meet up together in your sign at the full moon, which is in your house of other people's resources on February 15th. So again, you could be affirming, getting some affirmation from other people in your life, some good news about some finances around the middle of the month. That is possible as well with that full moon energy. But what I'm feeling, the way to really work with this energy is, if you haven't thus far come up with a new plan for yourself, it really is time to do that. It is time to move forward in optimism and positive expectation, to see some new vistas for your life, to see yourself in a leadership role within your particular craft, within your particular field. Taking charge, Six of Wands, taking a charge of your life and coming up with a heart-centered and heartfelt plan, particularly when it comes to what you do best. And, again, this can be, you can apply it to your business life, you can apply it to your personal life. But I do feel like the key to this energy here is really about, can hardly see it in this card, but there's a key right here. Finding the key that will unlock your happiness. And yes, I know, Capricorn, you love your pentacles, of course. But this month, it seems like it's not so much about that. It's more about you being in command and control of your destiny and moving forward in an inspired way that makes you feel happy again. I feel like this is about really reconnecting with your happiness. And when you're in your zone, when you're in your Capricorn magic, is when, it's not that the pentacles don't matter, but it's almost like they don't matter, because it's being in that zone of genius that you have to manifest and make things happen, make new plans come out of nothing. I mean, you are the architect of the zodiac. This Three of Pentacles is very much aligned with your energy. So when you are executing a new plan that is really based in, your heart-centered energy of tapping into your own unique energy, that is when you're most happy. And the pentacles do come almost secondary. So I feel like this is a great month for you to feel fulfilled, to feel on track, to have some good news come in, and to feel like all is right in your world, especially because you are making the decision to move on from those things that don't support you any longer. And the Six of Swords is going to be different for different people. But this is a very positive energy also to move past any troubled waters. So if there has been a little bit of healing you've needed to do within your heart, focus in on that as part of your plan for the month of February. But I just really feel like this is some beautiful reconnection with your creative energy and coming up with a new plan of how you want to put that out into the world. All right, Aquarius, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday if you already had your birthday. I hope that you're having a great birthday month so far. All right, let's see what we have going on for you for February. Aquarius. We have the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. The Ace of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Four of Coins. Okay. All right. So what I feel is going on here for you is there is a tangible manifestation of a new direction to go in terms of a dream that you've been holding on to for dear life. There's something that you want very badly. With this 4 of coins next to the 7 of cups, it could have something to do with a home condition, something to do with making your finances more stable, something holding on to just more of your money, something like that, investing your money, as I said, perhaps with some sort of real estate or some sort of financial situation related to home expenditures, things like that. So you've been entertaining various possibilities with this 7 of cups. This month is likely to bring in some news for you to show you which direction to go into in terms of achieving this particular desire you've had about your finances. So I think there's good news ahead because we have an ace here, Ace of Wands. We get the thumbs up. We get the yes from the universe. So whatever you have been researching, whatever strategies you have been looking at to shore up your finances, etc., all the things I just mentioned, you're likely to find the right way forward for yourself. I'm also feeling that some of you may be getting some good news about some sort of debt that may get cleared. Now, this is not just like, magical, like, out of nowhere, but it could be something where you could negotiate some sort of settlement on a debt, perhaps. There could be something like that going on, or you get good news that the amount you thought you owed is actually not as much as what you thought. It could be something like that. So something that had been maybe even a little unclear about your finances. You could get some good news that brings the clarity, the solid information and a solid strategy and plan to maybe deal with your finances in a more strategic and solid and foundational way. So this, I'm almost feeling like for some of you, and again, it's a general reading, but for some of you, there maybe have been something where you really just didn't have the facts, and you were maybe imagining things that weren't so. You're going to get the facts, you're going to get the solid knowledge, and that's going to help you move forward in a very positive direction with your finances. But it's up to you to do that research. I'm always about using the energies. And the Page of Coins is not just about news about money. He's also energy about studying and finding information and digging deep to find information. So you have the energy this month, the Page of Wands, and you have a strategy, you have a plan of you're going to, research, dig deep, find the answers you need to move yourself in a positive direction with some sort of financial management and financial issues, depending on what this is. Some of you may be starting some sort of new investment plan as well to save for some big ticket item, a big dream item, like a vacation, like a car, like a home, any new furniture, any type of thing like that. So some of you may be discovering how you want to implement that for yourself as well in the month ahead. But I feel like this is very, very, very positive news. And there could just be some good news surrounding, any sort of financial situation in your life, especially one where the information, like I said, has been a little unclear. There could also be, I'm getting a little buzz in my ear. There could be a situation where someone invests in you. So there could be somebody who wants to invest in your business and your talents. There could be an opportunity for you to further your education in some way with some training you could get offered that could lead to you raising your rates, as an example. Like if you're in whatever industry you're in and you get sent on a certain training and you get a certification or whatever, you get extra skills, then that could lead you to charging more and then, of course, holding on to more of your money. So it could even be something like that as well. So for some of you, I do feel like there may be a little bit of an element, not of surprise exactly, but just pleasantness that you may not see coming with these two things here. So like I said, I'm feeling like the 7 of Cups here is a little bit, something a little not hidden, but also not totally in focus either. So a little nebulous. But this Ace of Wands comes in and brings this action-oriented clarity to what this is. And so you'll see this and you'll know exactly what this is when it manifests. And it's likely to manifest at the full moon in Leo, because here's our wand energy, which is February 15th. So I love this energy for you. I think that you're going to get some good and positive news, but it's important to take action on that news or that research that you're doing. Or if something does get offered to you, like a training course or something like that, that you say yes to it. So like I said, I'm all about using the energies, and that's one way that you can profit from those energies this month. All right, Pisces, let's check in with your prosperity energies for the month of February, and happy birthday to all of you who have your birthday this month. All right, let's see what we have going on for you. No reversals with this deck, and how you can use the energies to your advantage. All right, we have a 6 of Swords and we have a 5 of Swords. Okay. And the 8 of Cups. Wow, look at all this energy. Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. Okay. Wow. So we have energy here, Pisces, of moving on. We have you moving on emotionally. We have you moving on mentally. It is likely that there is some big energy that comes into play at the full moon in Leo, which is happening in the middle of the month, February 15th, because we have that going on over here. I feel like something very nice wants to come in and take the place of whatever you're leaving behind. There is likely to be some opportunity here for you to manifest greater leadership, greater authority, greater independence, greater prosperity in your life. But first, the mindset has to shift and you have to literally move on. Notice how we have both of these energies about moving on, the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. But in the middle is the daytime anxiety card, the 5 of Swords. So there could be a lot of mental stress about this change that you feel like you do need to make. You probably know it's coming. It may come to a head at that full moon. That's possible because that full moon's happening in your 6th house of work and well-being. So and there's the 6 here. So there may be kind of a point of no return moment, the middle of the month here for you. But it is long overdue. I feel it's something you have been chewing over, mulling over, contemplating for a while, maybe even for the last 6 to 8 months. So I don't think it's anything that's going to take you by surprise necessarily. In fact, I would say the way to use this energy is to take charge of whatever this is, the Emperor here, again, you shouldn't leave a job unless you already have something else lined up. I mean, I've said this before on the channel. I've left jobs before and had nothing to go to, and it was a disaster. So do not do that. And of course, this is not financial advice, but depending on your situation, you may get the news, the go ahead, like, yeah, I've got to move on. I got to take charge. I got to be independent. I got to be free to focus my attention and my efforts on something that is more valuable to me. So depending on what this is, again, I try to focus this in, yes, on money and whatever. But this could also be, because of this 8 of Cups here, it's more maybe emotional for you. It's an emotional situation. And if you want to bring greater emotional stability into your life, this Queen of Coins here, it's going to be about you claiming your freedom, the Emperor, and you stepping up and taking charge of it. And notice we have the red here. He has his red cloak on. So it's about you following your passion and what you know is right for you, and not worrying, 5 of Swords, worrying about, the other people who may be involved in the situation, but what's really right for you and what's going to make you feel empowered. So I like the 6 of Swords here because it is about troubles passing away, but ultimately it's going to be up to you. You got to make the move. You got to make the decision. Now, I also feel, since we have the April energy showing up here, that whatever's going on here also is connected and will further continue to manifest and play out until, and through Aries season. Very possible here with this energy. It could, of course, be involving an Aries. It could involve your money life, since Aries is your 2nd house of money, and here's our Queen of Pentacles. So I do feel like for those of you who are deciding to make a change at this time and take charge, that it's going to be important for you to focus your efforts once you shift out of this. So you've got to have the actual clear sight and clear vision and focus and intention and passion to make this transition successful. So I would encourage you to really tune into this energy and really figure out what this next step is for you before you leave this. Some of you may know that already. Some of you may not know that. And, that's why I say use the energies and apply it to your situation. But I do feel this is going to be for the better. Is it going to be easy? I think it's going to be easier if you have this in your sights, if you know exactly what this is, and if you exactly have the courageous energy, the plan, the strategy, the focus, I keep coming back to that word, and the leadership and independence to do your own thing and not, like I said, not worry about whatever else is going on with these people in the Five of Swords who may be trying to talk you out of doing what's right for you also. So Emperor is very much about, he rules by decree, right? It's about what he wants. So this is very much about what you want to focus in on, and really what you want to be creating for yourself all the way through April. I mean, this is, I think, going to go for a while. I think this is even tied into all the way through August, quite frankly, with this Eight of Cups here. So you are ready mentally. That's the other thing here, Pisces. You are ready. But it's one thing to be ready mentally, but not ready emotionally yet. And I think there could be some emotional manipulators around you here with this Five of Swords trying to get you to stay behind and not move on. So that's where that independent streak has got to come in. And like I said, you knowing exactly what you want to manifest and not being afraid to put your foot down and go for it. So thank you so much for joining me for your February prosperity energies for all of the signs. I hope you found it interesting and valuable. If you did, please leave a thumbs up on the video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I'll be back again soon with some more videos, including your weeklies and some other new things that I will be publishing. So stay tuned, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload new content. Now that I am settled in my new place, I should be back on a regular publishing schedule again. All right, take care, everyone. See you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.